The last bus of the night is a lonely place. The air is thick with the day's stale heat and the low hum of the engine. For Daniel, it was just another Tuesday, another late night at the office, and another long ride home. He slumped into a seat near the back, the worn vinyl cool against his skin. His eyelids felt like lead weights. The city lights smeared past the window, a blurry watercolor of reds and yellows. A few other passengers were scattered throughout the bus, each lost in their own world of headphones and tired gazes. The bus hissed to a stop at a dimly lit corner. The doors folded open, and a man stepped aboard. He was tall and unnervingly thin, his frame like a bundle of sticks beneath an old, dusty suit that looked like it belonged to another era. His skin was the color of old parchment, stretched tight over his sharp cheekbones. He paid his fare with trembling skeletal fingers and then turned. His eyes, dark and cavernous, scanned the length of the bus. They landed on Daniel. The man walked down the aisle, his steps silent, and took a seat directly across from him. And then he just stared. Not a casual glance, but an intense, unblinking fixation. 10 minutes crawled by. Daniel shifted uncomfortably, pulling out his phone, pretending to scroll. But he could feel the weight of that gaze, a physical pressure on his skin. He chanced to look up. The man hadn't moved. His eyes were wide, lidless pits in the dim light. Finally, unable to stand it any longer, Daniel forced a tight smile. Long night, huh? The man's lips, thin and bloodless, pulled back from yellowed teeth. His voice was a dry whisper, like leaves skittering across pavement. The night is never long enough. He leaned forward slightly. It's the light I can't stand. So bright it burns. He gestured a bony finger toward the flickering fluorescent panels on the bus ceiling. Then he settled back, his chilling stare resuming as if the conversation never happened. An uneasy exhaustion washed over Daniel, heavier than before. He fought to keep his eyes open, but the rhythmic rocking of the bus and the man silent. Predatory stillness were a strange, hypnotic combination. His head lolled to the side, and the world dissolved into darkness. A sudden, piercing cold jolted him awake. It wasn't the air conditioning, it was a hand gripping his arm. The fingers were like iron bands, impossibly strong and frigid. Daniel's eyes shot open. The pale man was no longer across the aisle. He was sitting right next to him, their shoulders touching. His face was inches from Daniel's, the same unblinking stare, but now there was something in those dark eyes, a reflection. Daniel saw himself, saw his own face twisted in a silent, primal scream, saw his mouth open in a terror that made no sound. The bus, the city, everything faded away, and all that was left was his own screaming face, trapped in the infinite blackness of the man's eyes. He tried to pull away, to shout, but the grip on his arm was absolute, and the cold was seeping into his bones, into his very soul. The next morning, city workers found the number 42 bus parked at the end of the line, its engine cold. It was empty. Well, almost. In one of the back seats, slumped against the window, was a perfectly clean, complete human skeleton, still dressed in a rumpled business suit. Miles away, as the sun began to set, another bus hissed to a stop. A tall, pale man in an old-fashioned suit stepped on, his dark eyes scanning the tired faces of the evening commuters. Looking for someone who just wanted to get home? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.